Yo, boys, it's the shark. Check this out real quick, though. I just want you to see this indicator set I'm working on. Look at these calls. And just so you know, the candles right now, you can see over here on the right, we're at 6:15 at this candle, right? And then we'll just move up a little bit. We're already at 8:15, so we're kind of zoomed out, right? This is a lot of movement. Oh, that's a 200 price action and just that. So, but you can see basically the way that this indicator set works is any action above this line with the blue line crossing over is going to indicate opening a buy along, right? So right here it called underneath, it called this price action as starting to go up, right? It caught this little blurb. It was like, oh, it's trying to fight it. And then it caught this, right? And up we go, right? And then it was fighting here. You can see that the price action started to dip. So it called it, but it was still above this line. So it meant that it believed that the trend would still continue up, which it did slightly. All right, another spike here. Fighting here, it caught that. And then you can see the line dips below right here. The red comes on top. We have a smack. So it sensed this coming and it dipped hard for a minute. They fought down here. And then you can see the blue line got back above zero and we had this massive jump. And you can see here's the jump, right? And it caught it, right? It sensed it coming. And then right here, it's still, look, even if you got in after that, if you just trusted the indicator, right? And you got in even just right here when it finally peaked, right? Because you had two confirmation candles back to back and you didn't let this push you out, right? Look, you could have ridden this, look at the profits here, and this thing still says, right? You can still see it's still accurate. Even if you only traded the way I just told you when the price action is below this line, right here, you would have seen the crossover, so you would have known that a short was coming, right? And right when it crossed under, you could have placed it, okay? And look at the profits you could have taken, okay? And again, if you were trusting this, you see the crossover happened here, so you know a long was coming. It crossed over here. You could take the long, and look, you could ride the long all the way up to here. Again, crossover, we know the short's coming. It dips under the line right here. And look at all that profit. Okay, here it sees it coming. It's above the line. Even this short blurb right here, right? It happened back here. You saw the long coming. The crossover happened right here. But these were chop, right? These were not confirmation candles. So if you were a careful trader, if you weren't only trading the indicator, you would see that this is market indecision. So you would not get in, right? Because you would need a second green. But here, it touched almost. We have two greens in a row. So you would have gotten in on this green, right? And look, you'd have gotten in here at 946. And look at this. You still could have ridden this way up here, right? Before again it went down. Just like right now, this is live. And this is under the thing, but you can see they're fighting down here. We have this chop. And chop. If you were just trading this, you could even get in on some action underneath. But I would not trade right now in this market. I'd wait for this to come back up again. See the long was prepping. See, you saw the long tried to happen here, right? And it caught it. But it did not happen. And we didn't get into a long because, again, it didn't meet our criteria of happening above this line finally. And again, if you're a careful trader, once it happens above this line, let's say you a green candle here, you want the next candle to be green so that there is a trend confirmation, right? But that's just a quick rundown of the indicators I'm working on, right? And to trade consistently.